all these ins and all these jinn. He is called by his name. Imagine him shivering and unaware of what's happening for him and what's going to happen to him. And he's walking amongst all these people and all looking at him and all watching him and all the eyes staring at him. Imagine. And he's being taken to where? To Allah. He's taken to Allah. And he doesn't know in the right hand or in the left hand. And all of us been in similar situations. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلِ الْأَعْلَى. In this dunya you can have some situations like that. Maybe a result of a test. And it's about to be, the result's about to be posted. And you are standing freaking out. You don't know how you did. And what's going to be, passing or failing. You take an exam and you're waiting for the results. And you are waiting, it's going to be good or bad. It's going to get me where I want to be or it's not. And you start thinking and you're worried. And once maybe the professor, if you're in school, start taping those results on the window. And you are shaking. And you can't even talk. If someone talks to you, they can hear the fear in your tone. You all went through that. Or a major test in your life. Or even a business transactions that you've been involved and you're waiting for the results. It's going to kick back money to me or it's not. You're going to make some money or lose. Or a job you apply to and they call you and you see on your caller ID. You see the caller ID, the job that you just applied for. And you're scared. Are they going to accept me or not? Or a school you applied to and you don't know if they're going to accept you or not, or they're calling you. Or a letter comes from them. And when you see the address, you might not even open it. You might give it to someone related to you or close to you. You open it for me. Right? We all been through that. And this is something worthless in this dunya. This is something that you can always redo it. This is something you can make it up. This is something, what is the worst? Failing? You can always take the class again. A job, you can always find another job. And if it happens you don't find another job, you start your own business. What is the worst? A baby you're expecting and the baby came out dead? Well, you can have another chance, inshallah. Anything is made up in this dunya. Anything. But on that time there is no such thing. You cannot go and receive your book in your left hand and say, can I give it back to you? Let me go do some good work and I'll come back. No such thing. So what? Black or white? Yes or no? And the issue then is not that easy. It's not yes or no. It's heaven or hell. قال ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه من أراد الآخرة أضر بالدنيا ومن أراد الدنيا أضر بالآخرة فأضروا بالفاني بالباقي. He said رحمه رضي الله عنه, who wants the dunya, who wants this life, who's buying this life, who's attached to this life, will harm the akhirah, the hereafter. And he who wants to have the hereafter will have to harm the dunya. Then he says, so harm that which will vanish for the benefit of that which will ever last. It's an easy equation. You have to choose. So this person will be called, Aina Fulan ibn Fulan. And he's called. And he's walking to Allah. In front of all these people. In front of all these people. Looking at him. Doesn't know what's going to happen to him. Hell or heaven. Book in the right or in the left. So they tell him. He asks, what you want from me? He tells those angels, he said, come to Ardh. It's time for your actions to be displayed to you. It's time for your book to be given to you. فيعطى كتابه بشماله. فيعطى كتابه بشماله. So he will be given his book with his left hand, the other left. His left hand is given his book. فيقرأ ما فيه. You start reading what's in it. And what are you going to find in there? Shirk. Worshipping something along with Allah. Abandoning the salah. Abandoning the zakah. Eating the money of the orphans. Eating the money of the poor. Killing someone. Harming someone. Slandering someone. Backbiting someone. Making haram. Selling haram. Eating haram. Not taking care of his responsibilities. That's what you will find. What are you going to find? Someone who received his book with his left hand. What are you going to find? Tawheed? Ibadah? Salah? No. فيسود وجهه ويلبس لباسا من قطران. Allah will make his face dark. His face will turn dark out of shame, misery, and stress. You find the person fair skin, his skin color is fair, or maybe white, and when he's stressed and when he's depressed, he turns dark, and then he will be given clothes from the hellfire. Clothes from the hellfire. And he goes back to the people, and he will be told, go back to your friends, and go back to your partners, and go back to those who are like you, and give them the news of what's waiting for them. So he goes back to them, and they don't know him, they don't recognize him, and imagine the situation. What face this person gonna go back to these people with? He's dressed from the hellfire, shame and misery and humility showing on his face. His book in his left hand. He can't hide. Where are he gonna hide? In his pocket? He's naked. Or even with the hellfire. Who wants even to touch the hellfire? He's wearing the hellfire. يعطى كتابه بشماله من وراء ظهره. He will be given his book with his left hand behind his back. Behind his back. These books will be flying, and he trying to avoid it, and he might be hiding his hand behind his back, and the book falls right in there, and he goes back to these people with all this misery. So he told them, ألا تعرفونني? You don't know who I am. When he sees that they don't recognize him, you don't know me? They said, no. إننا نرى بك من الخزي والذل فمن أنت? They say no. But we see so much misery and so much humiliation and so much stress in your face. Who are you? So he tells them, I'm Fulan ibn Fulan. I'm so and so, the son of so and so, your friend, your partner. I'm your husband. Yeah, you're with me. You would not wake up for Salah when I would wake you up. That's if I woke up. We didn't wake up for Salah. I did not remind you and you did not remind me. You knew I would leave every day to go work in the haram and bring the haram to feed you and feed your kids, and you never told me nothing. Excuse my language, you never told me anything. Hanging out too much in home instead, I guess. I used to do the haram, you never stopped me. Those are the people he go back to, the people in ala shakilati, the people who are like him, to tell them, that is what's waiting for you too. Who are you? I'm your father. I'm your father. I'm your father who did not teach you Islam. I'm your father who did not tell you to pray. I'm your father who gave you the money to go and do the haram and go do whatever you want.